Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to take a look at the best budget decks for Hearthstone Saviors of Uldum meta. I've spent the past 2 weeks exploring every nook and cranny of the budget meta of Saviors of Uldum, and I've been able to build 8 decks that are decks that I have been able to actually climb with over rank 5. And I would rate 6 of them as definitely legend capable and the last 2 ones as maybes. So let's go take a look at what you can do even if you have less than 2000 dust. Coming in at number 8 is the budget Tempo Mage. Mage got a couple of new secret synergy cards, so secret synergies are pretty nice, but if you just put in all sorts of secrets and lots of secrets into the deck, then the deck isn't just winning games with that. Especially because Mage secrets are divided pretty evenly between defensive and aggressive secrets. And when you're playing this sort of a Tempo Mage build, you want to be playing those aggressive secrets. So I have Counterspell and I have Mirror Entity, and I have only 4 secrets in this build. I would add a Splitting Image, probably removing one of the Spellzerkers, if it wasn't an epic, so that kind of makes it unaffordable. But the main idea of the deck is that you use your minions to deal chip, use your secrets to make life more difficult for your opponent, and then you have some burn from hand with Frostbolt, with Fireball, with Cloud Prince to end the game. Coming in at number 7 is Secret Paladin. Secret Paladin was not viable in Rise of Shadows, even though it got a lot of support back then. Not in budget version, not even in a full cost version. But now actually Secret Paladin got a pretty nice buff in the form of Reborn minions. I'm using Temple Berserker, I'm using Candle Taker, I'm using Bone Wraith. So these Reborn minions make it extremely difficult to drive Secret Paladin out of the board, because when a Reborn minion is resurrected with Redemption, even if it's just a token that has already exhausted its Reborn ability, it comes back with the Reborn ability activated again. So just very sticky on the board, have some buffs, get some secrets out there, make your opponent have difficult time playing around them. And this one relies on 2 copies of Spellbreaker, because unlike the Mage, Paladin doesn't have that reach from hand. You have to have those minions, and your minions are pretty small. You don't really want to be charging them in the big taunt minions, so Spellbreaker allows you to silence a little bit of things and keep pushing face for the win. Coming in at number 6 is Warlock 2. Warlock 2, it just never dies. It was almost dead though for this expansion in budget form, for me at least, because I just couldn't get the old Mech package working. It was just too slow. And when you're on a budget, you don't have access to magic carpets, you don't have sea giants, then what to do? I ended up finding the answer in combining the Lackey package, because there were some pretty good Lackey things for Warlock in this expansion, especially the Evil Recruiter, just a huge tempo swing, and Reborn minions, because Reborn minions again make it too difficult to drive off the board. So between the firepower from Lackeys and the stickiness from Reborns, this deck is able to find some success. Coming in at number 5 is budget Murloc Shaman. Well, Murloc Shaman, how do you really build that without Murloc War Leaders anyway? But the answer that I ultimately found was Rush package. Mogu Flesh Shapers, Hengeclan Hogssteeds. These support the swarming strategy of the deck, and they allow you to get a little bit more board control, so that your board sticks a little bit longer, and that allows you to push a little bit more damage, even though you lack that additional damage from the War Leaders. Coming in at number 4 is budget Midrange, or some people would say Aggro Hunter, even though this does look like Midrange Hunter used to look before we got spoiled by Zoolock. A very aggressive hunter deck with a lot of reach, so you try to chip in that damage, you weave in your hero powers, you have life drinkers, you have kill commands. You're able to hit pretty hard near the end. There's even a new card in this deck, there's the Desert Spear. Desert Spear has proven to be pretty useful in the current meta because it allows me to kill 2 Lackeys with a single swing. And there are so many Lackeys. Coming in at number 3 is budget Tempo Rogue. Rogue has always had a special place for me. I love playing Rogue, this sort of high tempo playstyle. Rogue is the only real tempo deck in Hearthstone. It's a deck that denies the opponent's moves with cards like Sap, and it gets these crazy swings with combo cards, and in this case with Vendetta. Just a very fun deck to play. Requires a bit of a specific mindset on how you approach dealing damage, how you approach denying your opponent opportunities. But once you master that mindset, the sky is the limit for Rogue. Coming in at number 2 is a deck that doesn't have any cards from Saviors of Uldum. It's the budget bomb hunter or budget mech hunter, whatever you want to call it. Mech core, just mechs and some bombs and some magnetizations, galvanizing stuff, and just putting more mechs on the board and hitting people in the face. I experimented a little with various builds before settling on this one. This one seemed to have the best results for me. Even so, it doesn't have any new cards. It's only a matter of finding the right cards for the meta. There are a few cards that can change, like Unleash the Hounds would be one card that would sometimes make an appearance here. We have something like Defender of Argus, Bronze Gatekeeper, depending on the meta. But this is what I had the best success with this time. Fairly straightforward and very powerful archetype. And coming in at number 1, budget Token Druid. Nobody expects the Token Druid, everyone's playing Quest Druid anyway, but Token Druid is still a powerful deck. You get that board, you make it sticky, you're not going to let go of that board, and then you just Savage Roar and kill people. I've added a couple of new cards for this one. There's Bees, and then there's the Serpent Egg. And they also have some nice synergy. I've actually killed lots of my own minions with Bees while playing this deck. I've killed my own Serpent Egg sometimes playing this deck. Sometimes I've even played a replicating menace on the board and then just played Bees on that to get a board full of tokens. It's a deck that is difficult to drive away from the board, and as long as there's anything from this on the board, Savage Roar is always a threat. So a very powerful archetype. You can find full deck guides for all of these 8 decks on this YouTube channel. And if you're low on dust, or if you just want to experiment with some classes that you don't usually play and you don't want to spend a lot of dust to do so, then these are 8 decks that you can do so with. They are for 7 classes. 2 classes are missing, Priest and Warrior. I don't think they are viable budget decks for those classes, unfortunately, in the current metagame. But being able to play 7 of the 9 classes for under 2000 dust each is already something.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.